I was preparing to make a video last year, and I was rounding up my gear, getting my camera, getting my GoPro, getting everything ready. And it took me about 20 minutes to round up all the gear and get out the door, get in the car, drive 15 minutes to the location. And when I get there, I realize that I didn't have my GoPro. Duh. So instead of making a video, I just went out was on location. I used my camera, I took the shots, and then I had to go back the next day with my GoPro and film some B-roll, film myself talking, and then film myself mocking taking pictures. I mean, that's like 3 hours wasted to get a 10-minute video, and that's just getting the video and the photographs to go with it. Again, the same thing happened. Man, I met my sister last month up in Yellowstone, and we went up to Old Faithful, and I had my trusty Sony with me, good lens, and we're walking around looking at all the geothermal features, and I go to take a picture and snap, my camera battery's dead. I go to reach for another camera battery and it's not in the bag. So I mean, I shot the rest of the things on my cell phone, which is fine. And if you watch this video right here, which I did a couple of weeks ago, it tells you all about it, shooting with your cell phone, which is fine. But I didn't get those 61 megapixel pictures of Old Faithful. Instead, I've got my cell phone footage, and that's just going to have to do. But it brings me in a roundabout way to my point that you know, I struggle with ADHD, worse than some, not as bad as others. And I had to develop a system to increase my chances of getting out the front door, doing it in a timely manner, and getting to the car and the location with all of the gear that I need to shoot the photos that I want to shoot. And that's what this video is about. It's not about the gear. It's about how to build your bag to increase your chances for success the first time. So if you follow me into the studio, or maybe the picnic table, I haven't decided yet. We'll see what happens. It's getting kind of late. But yeah, if you follow me, I'll show you how I built my bag, and you can build a bag customized to your needs. So I'll see you there. And by the way, see, ADHD got me again. If you've experienced anything like that in your photographic life, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And so would all the other people who have the same issue. So this is it. This is my go bag. I've got an old Maxell camera case and Freewell tripod, and it just goes together like that. The tripod is optional, which is pretty handy, and it's a good tripod, lightweight, compact. I love it. Although when it gets windy like this, I usually have to hang my camera bag on the hook so that it doesn't tip over. But anyway, building a go bag is more about making sure you're ready for about 80% of the things you're going to encounter. So we have our camera, of course, obviously. This has the Viltrox 28 millimeter 4.5, $80 lens. You can find it on sale for 80 bucks. Good all-purpose, little vignetting. It's got some character to it, but it's a good prime lens. And a prime lens is going to help you out in your go bag. At least that's how I feel. My other lens that I've got in here is, who is this? Oh, Tamron. It's my Tamron 28-200. This is a beautiful lens, and you can get on MPB and buy the scratch and dent model for about $525 to $550, and it goes up from there. But this is a beautiful lens, and this covers so many scenarios it's not even funny. Doesn't matter. It's a zoom lens. You could get a less expensive lens, which if you're on a budget, I encourage that. I also have the Sony 20, I think it's 24-70 or 28-70 OSS. Great lens, fantastic lens. And I got this picture right here with that 28-70, and it, I mean, does phenomenal job. The next thing that I've got is a card which I've taped up so that I can use it like a remarkable board, and I've put some contact information on there with my trusty pen. This is a wet erase pen, so it's not going to come off if I accidentally streak across it. But that's when I'm out on location or maybe trespassing somewhere, which I don't condone at all, ever. But it'll have my contact information on there. And if someone needs to get a hold of me, or if I get hurt, at least someone who finds my car will know that I'm in the general area. This is a divider. It's a little weird. I've got a premium card case in there, like for baseball cards and stuff, and then wrapped up in an Amazon Prime bubble wrap. And I use this as a divider in here more because sometimes if I have the zoom lens attached, then I'm going to have to move the divider back and scrunch all this stuff back this way. And it's a lot easier without the Velcro on it than it is with it Velcro on it, and it still protects the camera. Next thing I got is a bit of a story behind that, but we'll get into that in a different video. Mostly I have this because I've got my magnetic polarizer on there for the zoom lens. So that's in there. I also have, and these are old socks, by the way. Saves a little room in the bag because you're trying to get enough stuff in there. This is a 27 millimeter APS-C lens that I carry around for potentially shooting at night, because this goes down to f2.8 and it has less character than the Viltrox 4.5. So I keep this around because it does have the variable aperture. It's gotten the aperture ring, which is also helpful. Plus this lens comes with a lens hood. So this also takes phenomenal pictures. I had a lot of fun with this when I went out to the salt flats, and maybe I'll even dig those pictures out at some point. Spare camera batteries. When my brain doesn't work, and that's a lot, I have a bag system. So when the battery in the camera dies, I take that battery and stick it in this pocket so that I can separate the charged batteries from the not charged batteries, because that is always a challenge for me. And that's the main compartment. ADHD kicked in, and I was going to measure the bag for you, so we're going to have to do that back in the home studio. But I like being in my outside studio much better, so that'll just be a little addendum for us. In the top zipper pocket, I have my trusty rocket book, which allows me to write things. In fact, there's the script for last week's video. And with the rocket book, you have to have a rocket style pen. So there's that. And this handy dandy little bugger. This is a credit card sized memory card holder. and it holds 4 micro SD cards and 2 full SD cards for a grand total of 6 SD cards. And it's got the memory card reader. So you can plug this into any computer where you're at and work on your photos. And it's going to be just fine. You've got the USB-C, USB-A, and maybe, if I could, oh, you got to be smarter than the equipment. And it folds down into USB mini, or yeah, or whatever they call that nowadays. So you can use it on darn near any computer. This was a beautiful find. I'm going to try and link to all these things in the description. If I can remember, if I don't forget, hopefully, maybe. And so that is everything that goes in here. I'm going to put this back in here so I don't forget it, because I will. Now, this pocket is dedicated mostly to the video equipment. So if you're not videoing, if you're not filming anything, then it's free game in here. You can put a spare camera, more batteries, more memory cards, whatever you need to do. A gorilla pod, one of those things. But anyways, there's my mics. Hollyland, good stuff. GoPro batteries, same concept. Good batteries stay in the bag. Bad batteries, uncharged batteries, out of the bag. This is for this right here. And another windscreen in case I'm interviewing somebody. And we get out the second mic. Last but not least, a cleaning cloth. Something that I need to get in here is my rocket blower. And I'm going to get a smaller one because I got the big one, but that won't really fit well in here. So I'm going to get a smaller rocket blower. So when I'm out there, and blow off your lenses. But right now, just wiping them off. And that is my bag. That's it. And it all goes back in slicker than you realize. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Boom. Boom. Big lens. I got lucky on this. It zips up tightly. I was hoping I wouldn't have to get a new bag for that, and I didn't. But things have to go in a certain way, and I always mess that up. But things have to go in a certain way, otherwise they don't fit as well. Boom, done. Zip, 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 zip. Put your tripod on, make sure it rests on that front pocket. Now, we're ready to go. This bag almost always stays ready unless I'm editing something. And that's the ADHD part, is you always got to put your bag back together. And sometimes I forget that. I'll charge a battery. That's why I have 3 batteries for the GoPro, 3 batteries for the camera, extra batteries for the camera. So, I mean, I've built this bag to be me-proof. And that's your objective, is to build your bag so that it's you-proof. But I always have this bag ready to go. So if on a whim it starts snowing in the middle of July, I grab my bag and I'm gone. I'm out the door and it's ready to go. And that's what it's there for. So I hope this video helped you out. If it did, leave a comment in the section. And if you got any suggestions for my go bag, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So with that being said, let's get the reps in. I'll see you out there. As promised, I'm going to get the interior and exterior dimensions of this bag for you. So interior all the way to the bottom, that is just at 5 inches. And then wide, it is right about at 10 inches. And depth is also right about 5 inches. And then this pocket, got all my junk in there. This pocket is 3.5 inches deep and runs the width of the bag. And I don't know, the Hollyland Mark fits in it, so I would say 2 inches. Exterior, this is going to take up a little bit more, obviously, but it's a grand total of just under 7 inches. And it is, at its maximum, about 10.5 inches. And then the width is just over 5 inches above the front pocket and right about 7 inches at including the front pocket. This is something that not just for ADHD people, but for I think it would be handy for a lot of different photographers. In your kit, you just need a good zoom and a good prime, and you'll be set for about 90% of the things that you're going to be out just grabbing this bag and going out and doing. So, all right, and that's the studio work for today. Let's get out there. Let's, what am I supposed to say? You know, I was preparing to make a video earlier this year. Was it this year?